Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. What's wrong with Canada? What is wrong with Canada? Canada is the Scousers. Canadians are the Scousers of North America. What's wrong with Canada? Any Canadians in? I don't get it. What the fuck is wrong with Canada? How do you put blackface on as often as Justin Trudeau and win a majority in Canada? How? It's like he's got a fetish for it. He didn't just put it on a couple of times. He never stopped putting boot polish on his face. It's weird, isn't it? Can you imagine if Donald Trump wore fucking blackface as many times as Justin Trudeau did? They'd have killed him. The deep state would have dispatched the Navy SEALs to put 6 rounds in his face. It's unbelievable. Oh, anyway, I hope we didn't get you up. No, you didn't. Fucking, I went running dead early this morning. That's why I don't look wet today. Normally I go on my rowing machine about 9 o'clock, but today I went for a run. About 6:30 in the morning. The weather's glorious out here. It's absolutely perfect every day. Proper sunny. And about 6:30 in the morning out here, this time of year, is like July in England at about 10 o'clock in the morning. Like, sun's up, it's fucking lovely. Bit of mist on the mountains, boiling. Well, not boiling, tepid, right? Because the sun hasn't heated up and the mist hasn't boiled away. And I was out running about 6:30 this morning. Ran past this little Mexican bird who was walking to work. And I swear down, she looked like she was going steel clubbing. She had like a big puffer jacket on, a fucking woolly hat. Like, I don't think it was a scarf, but like a face thing of some kind, like a snood or whatever they call them. And a pair of gloves. She was proper done up, like could barely walk because she had so many layers on. I was like, fuck me. It's weird, isn't it, how you get used to it? I guess if you're a Mexican heritage and you've lived in California all your life, you're you're like a lizard. You've got cold blood. Anyway, I love Poland and Hungary. Yeah, well, the Visegrad Group's going to be the last bastion of Western civilization, isn't it? I think in another 30 years' time, when basically London and Paris and the like have just been completely assimilated into the Islamic Caliphate, the Visegrad Group is going to be the only one left. Because this idea that everyone's going to suddenly assimilate is lunacy, and it's been proved wrong, hasn't it, by the Chinese mob. That's the first argument I'd make if anyone's denying it. Like, the whole idea with China from about the 1980s was, if we just keep giving them free stuff, they'll just turn into us. Yeah, just keep giving them money, and that's why they've bought all of our leaders. It's not a conspiracy theory, right? We know they've given money to Biden. We know they've gave money to his family. We know they're buying his son's dog shit paintings. It's like fucking Jeremy Beadle's finger paintings. Who wants them? Who wants them? He's a smackhead. He's fucking melted his brain. He's got no talent. He's never been in art. Now he's drawing paintings and the Chinese are going, I'll have one. $8 million. Oh yeah, definitely want one of them. Fucking hell. It's lunacy. I do not understand how the man is allowed to operate as the President of the United States when there's as much evidence for his corruption. But again, they're all in on it, aren't they? Again, you've got to hold your hands up and meet the conspiracy theorists halfway. Yeah? They talked about the deep state lords and they rubbished it as a conspiracy theory. I suppose the word deep state is loaded, makes it sound weird. But we know it's a thing. Maybe it's not the deep state, because obviously everybody who works in the civil service isn't the same. They're not a hive mind. But the point is, because the commies took over the education system for the last 30 years, all the people's at the highest ranks now in the civil service. That Philip Rutnam, remember the arsehole who Priti Patel, who got sued and she had to give him another 300 grand of taxpayers' money, even though he's already had about 8 million quid off us? All those people are far left ideologues. So they hate America and they love communism, and you think they're going to be against taking money off the Chinese? Why? If you hate America and you love communism, sort of easy to understand where your loyalty lies, isn't it? That's not a conspiracy theory, that's just common sense. If I fucking hate America and I fucking love communism, and then a country of communists run by the CCP, the clues in the title, come and offer me money, of course I'm going to take the fucking money, aren't I? I'm going to want to help them. Fuck it, I'll do it for free. So fucking obvious. They hate America. It's like none of them like calling themselves communists. None of them will admit the obvious. He's always, all of them, Biden. AOC is a great example. I know I pick on AOC because she's got teeth like a fucking dead sheep. I know I pick on AOC. But AOC pretends that she likes America. When she's in front of the camera, she goes, oh yeah, I love America, me, but it could be so much better. How could it be better? Dismantle the fucker. You don't like America. You don't like America. It's so obvious, isn't it obvious? Oh, America, I love America, but it's shit. But it's full of cunts. But it's built on the slave trade. But marginalised, but no feelings. You don't like America. You don't. You hate America. You hate it. And it's the exact same with communist shit. AOC's a communist. She'll never say she's a communist, but she is one. And she'll never say she hates America. But don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do. All of the squad, Rashida Tlaib, AOC, that fucking idiot. What's it? I forget the name of the black woman with the skinhead. She looks like one of fucking Black Panther's guards in retirement. You know those baldy women who fight for Black Panther. She's like one of them if she broke her fucking ankles and spent 8 months in a wheelchair outside fucking Popeyes chicken and waffles. You know what I'm on about. Skinhead, obese. They're all the fucking same. They hate America. They hate America. They love communism. And we think that these people are at the very top of what they call the deep state, what I'll just call the civil service. You think James Comey, Clapper, Brennan, the people at the head of the FBI and the CIA and the military, General fucking thoroughly modern Miley, you think those people are objective? You think thoroughly modern Miley, the pink-haired fucking woke general, you think that man likes America and doesn't like communists when they practice the fucking ideology constantly, unendingly, marginalised, collectivised. Whitey does this, we do this, women do this. Who the fuck are they to turn around with a straight face and say, I'm not a collectivist, I'm not a communist, when you say things like, let me tell you what women think? What? All fucking 4 billion of them. You were going to tell me what 4 billion women think. Every woman I know thinks you're a goofy cunt, so don't tell me you know what women think. I mean, is that fucking not obvious to anyone that isn't a complete imbecile? Collectivism doesn't work. It's dangerous. It's divisive. It's mind-meltingly fucking hypocritical because it makes you talk about groups, really fucking nebulous groups, nebulally defined groups, like woman. How ill-defined is that woman in this day and age when they say a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man on a whim and you can change fucking day to day. Monday I'm a woman, Tuesday I'm a bloke, Wednesday I'm back to a woman, Thursday I'm fucking other. Their own ideology is like it's like a mystery wrapped in an enigma. It doesn't fucking make any sense. Rotten Politics is in. All right, mate. How are you doing? I did go watch Rotten Politics last video. I always enjoy them. It's fucking mad though, isn't it? It's like, I honestly feel like I'm the only fucking sane man in the world sometimes. If it wasn't for the YouTube, if it wasn't for the centrist and right-wing YouTube community, I'd feel like I was the only fucking sane man on planet Earth. Like, their ideology is upside down and back to front. When it suits them, they'll say, a man can never understand what a woman goes through. I was trolling that Facebook group I'm on now. You know, my favourite F word is feminism. I was trolling them this morning. And when it suits them, they'll go, you don't know anything. You're a man. What does a man know? And I'm like, again, I'm not just centrist and liberally minded. I'm just right. I'm just right. This isn't my opinion, it's just right. Yeah? I'll tell you what I told them. You don't need to have lived experience of anything. I had a big argument with my mate's fucking missus about this. You don't need to have lived experience. Lived experience means fuck all. It's worthless. If you say my lived experience, what you're basically saying is shit analogy. Yeah? Shit analogy. That's what it is. They use it and try and present it as a logical argument so they can have some evidence. Because they haven't got any evidence. When you get actual empirical evidence that's presented to you in black and white, all of their arguments make no sense. They even worse than that, their own arguments refute themselves. Right? Good example is that one. Because they're the ones who say a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man. And by the way, a man who identifies as a woman is more of a woman than the biological woman. That's what they say, right? That's not me, that's what they say. I fucking read it. That's the shit AOC comes out with. Oh, no. Laurel Hubbard, technically, she is more of a woman than I am because she understands the pain and the suffering of femininity and the blah, 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 and then inform outcomes and the fucking equity, blah, blah, fucking dog shit, social justice dictionary. They'll say that with a straight face when it suits them. So when it suits them, when you're talking about, I don't think big burly fucking truck drivers should be able to do kung fu on fucking skinny midget women, they'll go, oh no, but technically Laurel Hubbard's more female than Margaret Thatcher. Laurel Hubbard knows more about being a woman than fucking Kim Kardashian. And then fucking 5 minutes later they'll go, you can't have an opinion on this, man. You're a man. You don't know anything. You haven't got any lived experience. Fuck off. Like, honestly, you have to have a head full of cow shit. They defeat their own arguments. All you have to do is talk to them for more than 10 seconds and they'll pull their argument to bits. Because when it suits them, man is more woman than woman. And then when you disagree with them about something like abortion, they'll go, fuck you, man. Man knows nothing about being a woman. You've never had to sit down for a piss. You haven't got a set of beef curtains. You've never fucking hummed the national anthem with a sailor's testicles in your mouth. Did that once for a bet. No, you don't know anything. Man, what do you know? And then the argument changes and it's back to the business. Men are more female than females. You don't know anything. Your ideology is a boil on the arsehole of the world. So fuck off. Right? I'm done with that. That was just a long rant about shit that I wasn't even going to talk about. Should we do some news? Right? Fuck it. Can't just sit whinging about lefty bollocks all day. Let's have a quick read of at least one news story before I get raged. Canada election. Blackface Trudeau dons his Aladdin costume for the campaign trail and somehow the Liberals fucking stay in power. Liberals! They should have to change the fucking name. In North America, we use a different dictionary. Lexicon, as they like to say. They use a different fucking dictionary. Liberal. The Australians know the meaning of the word liberal. AOC is a fucking Nazi. AOC doesn't know shit about being a liberal. The liberals in North America are about as liberal as a boot in the bollocks. Liberal? What's liberal about them? Justin Trudeau is about as liberal as driving a fucking steamroller through an all-black church. That's how liberal Justin Trudeau is. The man is a fucking rat, an authoritarian, brainwashed ideologue, rat, blackface, shitbag, who can do whatever he likes because he espouses the right policy. But you're not allowed to fucking disagree with him or you're a cunt. Go figure that one out. He's not a liberal. He's an authoritarian fucking lunatic. And if you politely disagree with him because he's wearing blackface, you're the cunt. It's fucking mental. Like I said, Larry Elder is a black white supremacist, but a millionaire, crony, sex pest, posh, Patrick Bateman looking white man, he's not a white supremacist because he votes Democrat. That's how it works. So JT, he can dress up in blackface 50 times and he's progressive. He's a liberal. But I, who've never once wore blackface, if I politely disagree with Justin Trudeau, I'm a neo-Nazi. It's like, all right then. If that works for you, I don't even feel like I need to rebut that argument. If that works for you, you crack on. You crack on, fella. So let's have a quick read. Fucking rat. Millions of Canadians have chosen a progressive plan. Yeah, and millions fucking haven't. But you don't care about them, do you? Because you're an authoritarian, you do what you like. You do as you fucking please. What percentage of women do you think side with that Jessica fucking 10-inch clitoris Yaniv? What percentage of women, Canadian women, do you think side with a geezer going into a fucking massage parlour, whatever it was, a feminine hygiene department, and saying, "Yeah, wax me fucking minge." Go on then, whap it out. Rudunch. That's not a minge. That's a fucking love truncheon. Yeah, wax me fucking piss flaps. You've got a cock. Nah, and if you don't fucking wax it, I'll have you sent to prison, you cunt. What percentage of Canadian women agree with that? I reckon about 2. About 2. I reckon if you asked 100 Canadian women, do you think this fucking geezer should be going into the fucking massage parlour or the feminine hygiene place and threatening the staff because they don't want to get a couple of hands on her fucking schlong? I reckon 2. You might get 2 who will say, yeah, I agree with that. 2 fucking idiots. But 98 of them will go, that's bollocks. But Justin doesn't care. Because Justin's an ideologue. Justin's a commie. Justin doesn't care about the 98%. Justin cares about the 2% that hold power. Because like all lefty cunts, he's obsessed with power. So, yeah, millions of Canadians have chosen. Yeah, we won't talk about the rest of them. Just the ones who apparently voted for me. Possibly half of them were fucking dead. Yes, a very, very low percentage. Definitely in a tiny minority. Rotten politics. Definitely. Definitely less than, joking aside, definitely less than 10%. Probably 5, right? Definitely less than 10%. Most women, even very, very left-wing women, do not agree with all of that shit. It's what's tripping up the walk now, isn't it? Because they're having the civil war there. They claim they can have everybody under the intersectionality umbrella and they don't like each other. You can't get the LGBT community to be best mates with the radical religious zealots of one very specific religious faith that has a penchant for horrifying acts of grotesque violence against said LGBT community, can you? And the L's and the G's often have very little to do with the T's. And the T's don't really trust the L's, and the B's don't trust the Q's, and it's fucked. So the umbrella is fucked. I'll tell you, the only real umbrella that exists is the everybody who's not a communist umbrella. And that's quite a fucking big umbrella. That's centre, centre-left, centre-right, very, very right, probably old school, very left-wing. Woke is a tiny fucking group of fucking freaks who've somehow got all the power because they managed to take over academia for the last 25 fucking years. Have you seen the state of the teachers out here? Telling the kids they have to salute the fucking LGBT flag. It's going to be like Mr. Garrison on South Park. Have you seen that South Park? Where he wheels in the teaching assistant and puts a fucking gerbil up his ring piece. That's what it's going to end up like. Yeah, I'm telling you, you are going to see rim jobs and fisting in fucking elementary schools before the fucking year is out. It's gone mad. It's gone mad. And like the point I keep making is, it makes you illiberal. Because I was pro-gay marriage in the 90s, before it was cool. And if it's getting to the point where you're going to make me pick, aren't you? It's going to polarise like it always does. And they're going to make me pick. And my choice is going to be fucking loony left, 8-year-old rent boys, kids sucking each other off, or reactionary right-wingers who want to ban gay marriage and sort of stomp on gay rights, which I don't agree with. But if you're going to force me to pick between railing in gay rights and stopping 8-year-olds getting gorilla fucked by hairy fucking sailors, you best believe I'm going to regretfully vote for the narrowing of rights. Controversial? I think not. I think fucking more than half of the gay community will fucking agree with me when it gets to its inevitable conclusion. Because I know several gay people very well. One of my best pals out here is a gay, happens to be a gay bloke. I always go to his birthday parties because fucking gay couples have the best parties ever with fucking quality baked goods and gallons of booze. Yeah, so I guarantee those guys will be following my fucking lead. Because if it's the choice between them having to live a slightly more curtailed lifestyle and making worrying a little bit more about these things, or kids getting fucking abused, what do you think they're going to pick? What do you think they're going to pick? The LGB community isn't as fucking bombers as the T's and the Q's and the other and the woke. So this is a road to nowhere. They will lose eventually. It's just going to have to get worse before it gets better. It's so glaringly obvious to anyone who's ever read a history book. There's nothing new under the sun. History is just a form of prophecy. You read enough history, you know what's coming. None of this shit's new. None of it. We just keep repeating the same mistakes because the powers that be are fucking arrogant and self-serving. Like, I don't even think Biden and Pelosi and all these people, Chuck Schumer and fucking all of them, and a lot of the Republicans as well, they're all getting paid off by the Chinese. I don't think they're stupid. I just think they're self-serving. They know what the right thing is. The right thing is to bring back manufacturing to the West, even if it costs us money, and wrestling power away from a China that is resurgent, aggressive, and basically at war with us. They're at war with us. They're aggressive. They steal our technology. They spy on us. They everything that you can think of other than overt bombing campaigns. The Chinese are at war with us. They're at war with us. And all they do is buy our leaders off. The who? The who's fucking bought and paid for, right? Trump was right. Yes, booty is on one, vase of flowers. Trump was right. Can we just get that out there now? We know, right? Not a conspiracy theory anymore. All the Wuhan stuff's already come out now. It came from fucking... I wonder if any of this shit can get you banned. I'll skirt around it and use the same circumspect behaviour that I normally do. We know where the fucking virus came from. And it wasn't under a fridge in Leeds, yeah? Didn't come from eating a meal. It come from some sneaky bastards who were on fucking YouTube, Google it, talking about gain of function, which basically means making viruses attack shit outside of what they're used to attacking, right? They did do it. Fauci lied. We know it for a fact. Fauci lied. They did pay for gain of function research in Wuhan. They did pay them with our fucking tax dollars. We know it for a fact. That's not a conspiracy theory anymore. The orange god was fucking right. Poor old Trumpy, who knew he was just trying to look after us. He was just trying to keep us safe. Poor bastard. Yes, the Chinese are winning. Exactly right. British Empire knows the crack. They're winning. They're at war with us. And they just keep buying our leadership. So in that respect, of course they're winning. We can't win. Because we were acting like we're not even at war. They're just sending everything over there, constantly filling up their war chest, and then saying, oh, but they're going to be our mates, really. They aren't. I don't know what, short of lining up Winnie the Pooh and getting him to boot Joe Biden in the taties on national television, I don't know what more you have to see that they're at war with us. It's a cold war, isn't it? It's a lukewarm fucking war, because at least in this one side's basically told us they've declared fucking war. They know what they're doing. We're in fucking denial. I'm Chinese. I don't believe you. Or if you are, we're at war, right? Just tell us. Tell us we're at war. We can't even win because they own all of our leadership. Yeah, the Chinese army advert versus the US one was fucking fantastic. I'm assuming everybody's seen that, right? Fucking hell, it was unbelievable. It was like they're training their soldiers to kick people's fucking asses. And we're training our soldiers to do knit quilts and suck each other off. It's just fucking mental. When it does kick off, we're going to seriously be in the shit. Like, I'm hoping American military might, after so many decades of exorbitant spending, we can still pull out the bag and win. But it's not going to be because of the people. Their fucking army's full of big, scary men. We've got a load of fucking disabled, midget, lesbian, fucking roller soldiers. I don't know how they think it's going to work. You just have to hope we've got the tech. We've got the planes and the tanks and the submarines and the fucking helicopters and the gunships, and they're all good at playing video games. Maybe we can win. But infantry, we're fucked. We better hope it doesn't turn into a shooty war with infantry, because they'll kick our fucking asses. They're there doing, like, running 10 miles up a mountain with rocks on the back. And we've got some fat bird who can't do 2 pull-ups. It's like, yeah. Oh, the Lancets finally rode back. Have they? The conspiracy theory. Yeah, fucking obvious. So, went on another rant there, didn't I? Fuck it, who cares? I'm done trying to be linear with this. So anyway, the Conservatives held on to the main opposition status, have got about 122 seats. Liberals have got 158. What a fucking shit show. So Canada, you're on my shit list now. You are the Scousers of North America, and you do my head in. Right? That's all we need to talk about. If you want to read the story, fucking go and read it on the BBC. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. It'll depress me. But like I said, the obvious takeaways, which I keep telling you guys, they're insincere. They don't believe their own bullshit. They know normal people aren't bigoted, racist, homophobic. They know that. They know normal, bog-standard Conservative voters aren't bad people. They know it. They know it. It's nakedly obvious what they're doing. Trudeau wears blackface, no problem. Trump makes an off-colour comment that everybody in the world says, like shithole. Oh, I don't want to go there to shithole. Therefore, he's just committed a hate crime. It's nakedly obvious. And I like to think, even if you're not a Trump voter, you can see that, right? It's illogical. If Trump can dress up in black, if Trudeau can dress up in blackface and get a pat on the back, oh, he was doing that to get rid of his whiteness. He wanted to feel more in touch with his black side. Oh, yeah, fucking brilliant. Well done, Justin. Trump, oh, I don't want to go there. It's a bit of a shithole. Oh, whoa, you called somewhere a shithole? Don't you know that means you want to chop B.A. Baracus' head off? No, I didn't know that. Well, it fucking does. Again, if this stuff works for you, there's nothing I can say that'll change your mind, is there? I'm trying to reach the normal, reasonable, centrist people who look at such glaring, obvious stupidity and go, yeah, this doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense that someone who happens to be centrist makes a quip like Boris Johnson. Observational humour. Oh, that looks a bit like a letterbox. Hehe. Oh, well, that means you want to gas black babies. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean you're a racist if you dress up like Justin Trudeau did. It was basically a bit of bants. Doesn't mean he wants to hurt anyone. But it's objectively worse than something Boris or Trump said. It's objectively worse, but when they do it, it's perfectly reasonable, isn't it? I mean, the Boris one really did blow my mind. It was literally just observational humour. Like I said, if I see a fat woman wearing, like, I don't know, a green jacket that sort of tapers at the top, and I say, hey, look, she looks like a pear. It doesn't mean I hate women. It doesn't mean I hate fat people. It doesn't mean I'm greenophobic and I despise the colour green. It doesn't mean I've got a problem with fruit. It doesn't mean anything. It's observational humour. That is literally it. 99% of people in this day and age are not racists. Yeah, the wacky ones in America that actually do think that some people are inferior to them because of how they look. Yeah, they are. But 99% of people that get that slur directed at them are objectively not. Because just think about it. Just think about racism. Really think about it. To call someone a racist, it's not just prejudice. You have to genuinely hate people just because of the race. And like I keep saying, almost everyone, even people that are a bit prejudiced, they're not racist, because if they meet someone from a different background and they start talking to them and then all of a sudden they realise that person agrees with them on everything. For a good example, almost no right-wing conservative Trump voter, almost none of them will ever meet a black man who's wearing a MAGA hat and going on about Trump all the time. Almost none of them will say, I fucking hate that guy. They won't. Because it's not about what you are, it's what you think for the vast majority of humanity. And the slur racist gets thrown at people willy-nilly. And it's probably erroneous 99 times out of 100. It really is. Like, even if you're a little bit prejudiced, you might have some problem like, oh yeah, I had bad experience one time when I shared a room with a Pakistani guy and he did my head in for this reason and this reason. So maybe you've got a slight irrational prejudice or something. But then if you meet a Pakistani guy who happens to agree with you and he goes, yeah, I fucking love Trump, you're not going to be like, oh, well, I hate him anyway then. You're just not. Because humans aren't that fucking stupid. The only people that are stupid enough to buy this rhetoric are communists. Because they collectivise. They believe that you can draw an immutable characteristic like being a woman, which seriously makes up 4 billion people, right? There's slightly more women than men. It's a quirk of nature. There's 4 billion people, and communists don't think there's anything weird about saying, let me tell you what women do. Let me tell you what women think. Well, you don't know what you're talking about. For every woman who thinks the same way you do, I'll find you 2 who don't. Every one of us here who's a man, who's a conservative or a centrist, is involved with women. You've either got a mother, a sister, a girlfriend, an ex-girlfriend, a daughter, a fucking wife. How many? Are they all going to agree with fucking Justin Trudeau? They're all going to agree with AOC, a fucking communist. And how many stupid classifications? Seriously, if you're going to say woman, that is fucking 4 billion people. You might as well say size 9 feet or fucking blue eyes. It doesn't mean anything. You're a communist, Justin. AOC, you're a fucking communist. Your ideology is dog shit. It's bollocks. It doesn't make any sense. And you don't speak on behalf of women any more than I speak on behalf of short, hairy, northern, white cunts with green berets. That's a very small group, right? It's much smaller than women. That's a small group. Short, hairy, northern, blue-eyed Marines, northern, whatever. That's a very small group, and I don't speak for any of them. I'm sure somewhere there's a short, hairy, northern, blue-eyed Marine who's a daft cunt who votes for the Labour Party. I'm sure they're out there. It's so fucking obvious to anyone who's not a communist. Right? There you fucking go. Anyway, I think I'll call it. I'm going to make a video, right? I've got a plan. I'm going to make a movie review. Loads of people do that shit. I'm convinced I can do a good job of it. Probably more sweary than most. I like Red Letter Media. There's a good movie review site I watch on YouTube. They're funny. I'm going to try and do a TV review because when I'm working out in my house, I have a rowing machine because since they closed the gyms, I fucking bought one. I like to sit in front of the TV, row for 50 minutes, watch a series or half a film or something. And I was unfortunate enough to recently sit through the entirety of Captain America, the Winter Soldier and the Falcon. And let me tell you, it was probably one of the worst fucking things I've ever watched in my entire life. I'd rather watch my granddad getting gang raped by 20 gypsies. It was as entertaining as nailing your testicles to the fucking kitchen table. So I'm going to do a review of it. Probably only be 5 minutes long because obviously I'm not very good at editing, serious commentary, literary criticism, anything really. But I'm going to do it anyway because I hate the shit that I've just had to watch. So off to watch Norwich batter the shite. You say that like I don't expect such things. So right, I'm done. I'm going to go and do some editing and I'll try and cobble together a TV review. do the last Ghostbusters. Fuck off. I'm not doing that. I'm not touching Ghostbusters with a fucking barge pole. Right, thanks for watching, and I'll get to work. Hopefully it'll work all right as well, because my channel's not monetized, so I don't think they can pull it down for copyright shit. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? All right, so I'll see you later. Shams, go watch her. She's off. She's on now. Take it easy. I'm boogieing. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, thanks for watching. Like it, share it.